like that.
Now you have hey, that's cool. Thinking about, we're not thinking about, it's really down the hall. And everybody's gonna do and it don't move.
Call the meeting to order at 5 o'clock. Senator Hicks, can you lead by song?
Forward. One.
I think over. Go down to the 99. Everyone, before we begin this meeting, I'd like to acknowledge that this meeting is being held on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Skagway people here in Taunton and Baltimore. I pay my respects to those elders, past, present, and citizens here and everywhere. We're committed to doing our part in becoming educated and advocating for fair representation, safety, and justice. Roll call, Attorney General Montori. President Colbert. Vice President Edwards. Judge Correa. Morgan. Director Willem. Director Johnstone. Director Cunningham. Assistant Director Madam. Director Dickens. Assistant Director Triore. Director Ramos. Director Sato. Director Daxton. Assistant Director Sullivan. Director Brown. Assistant Director Sutton. Director Clark. Director Howard. Assistant Director Onwoga. Director Pinkney. Director Randia.
Present.
Assistant Director Coleman. Assistant Director Malone. Assistant Director Darty. Director Carr.
Present.
Representative James.
Present.
Representative Hall.
Present.
Representative Amsalu. Representative Thompson. Representative McCauley.
President.
Senator Appleworthy. Senator Bell. Senator Brown. Senator Dawson. Senator Dangle. Senator Hammond. Senator Hicks.
Present.
Senator Ife. Senator McGuire. Senator Washington Manera. Senator Adonsaye. Senator Wazomalong.
Present.
Senator Ryan.
President.
Senator Robinson.
President.
Senator Sedgwick. Senator Watson. Senator White.
President.
Senator Crosby.
President.
Happy birthday, by the way. Senator Gager. Senator Omar. Senator Robinson.
President.
Senator Taya. Senator Ware. Senator Wergel. Justice Adenaga. Justice Brown. Justice Miguel.
President.
Justice Montelis. And Justice Young.
Present.
Thank you. We're now moving to the approval of the minutes. In minutes. We're doing this for you. All right, so I'm going to move this to the agenda. And now we'll move to the speakers. And I don't need any public participation to the concerns. All right, we're now moving to the communications advisory remark.
Hey, everybody.
Please use the microphone.
I was getting up to you. It's homecoming. Make sure you have a lot of fun this week. You're gonna look back at this week for years to come and you're gonna realize, wow, I either had a lot of fun or I forgot to participate. And you don't want to be the second part of that. So please make sure you're having a lot of fun and make sure that you're always representing yourself well. That you're representing the SGA, you're representing your fraternity, you're representing your student organization in everything you do with conversations with your parents, adults, whoever it may be. Please have a lot of fun, but also you're here as a student. So I understand that it's midterms. Raise your hand if you have midterms this week. Yeah, so it's very difficult when sometimes midterms are during important weeks of the year. So please make sure you're studying, you're doing everything you need to do. So good luck and have a great time.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. You hear who did? I don't have a report. Happy homecoming though.
Couple of reasons for me.
Hi, everyone. Yesterday we had on, I think, second meeting, we reviewed finance bill number 2. And it was a very quick meeting. We're gonna be talking about it later on.
Government Operations Committee.
Hey everyone, happy homecoming week. This week we reviewed resolution number 14. We made 1 or 2 adjustments, but we ruled it favorable. With that, I yield.
Rules Committee.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. So, last Friday, we reviewed Articles 4 through 8 of the Standing Rules of Order. I'm going to finishing Standing Rules of Order next week, or this Friday, excuse me. So, be in attendance, please participate. We'll be meeting in the SG office from 12 to 1. Senators, please, you're strongly encouraged to join. And with that, I yield.
Good evening again, everybody. Happy Tiger Tuesday. Also, happy homecoming week. Just a few quick updates. Chief Justice.
I had a question for.
Yep.
What day is your meetings?
So, every Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. in the SG office.
Thank you. Right. Again, happy homecoming week and happy Tiger Tuesday. Tomorrow we have Don with the vice president with regional vice president for Charcoal, Don Burnett, will be in the admin building. So,
The mic's not working.
oh, the mic is not working. How about now? Okay, sorry. Tomorrow we have Don with the vice president. Is this better? Okay. Tomorrow we have Don with the vice president with Ron Burnett, regional vice president of Chartwells, who's our current dining services provider. So we have 2 more available slots for that. So if you're interested, you feel free to message me or tell me after GA. And I'll put you in contact with the appropriate people. Also on dining, we announced last week. It's been a long effort for SG and other students sharing their concerns about dining halls simply closing too early. So we're happy to hear that Chartwells and dining services decided to extend West Village Dining Hall as it started until 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So definitely more work to be done. We also have our dining services survey. So feel free to share that and also take that survey so we can get more student input on that. We also have Damon, Vice President Edwards and I meet with Dr. Hurt next week. So if there's any concerns you want to take up to the Vice President of Student Affairs, always let us know. I know Director Soto mentioned some concerns with the menstrual legislation that we passed last year with menstrual products. So we'll be raising that concern anything else that we get. We also meet with the student regent tomorrow. Basically oversees all of the USM schools on the Board of Regents. As I mentioned in our last GA, we want to send forward a name. Somebody from Towson to potentially be that regent for the next year. So also let us know if you're interested in that. Lastly, I attended the shared governance meeting last week with the heads of the Towson University Staff Senate as well as the Academic Senate, who are the other shared governance bodies that we kind of work with throughout the university. And we're going to be brainstorming some ways that we can kind of collaborate. One of which might be interesting to you all is some collective bargaining that was mentioned for hourly employees, as well as joint leadership events, so you guys can have opportunities to interact with. I think I might be talking to that. Joint leadership events, so SJ leaders can interact with staff and academic senate all in one place. Lastly, our headshots are this Thursday. So yeah, our website's going to be launching soon. Make sure you look your best this Thursday. Without further ado, I'm going to go to the week. So this person is a senator, again, a really hardworking person that's helped out with a lot of different areas from cabling, a lot of stuff with not at TU, and the advocacy advisory team, and just so many other things. So congratulations and thank you for all your hard work in development.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Senators, I hope you all received my email today. It's about the budget process. I just need you all to please keep reminding your orgs at least twice a week from now until November 14th. That, budget hearings are approaching and the final budget submission is due, November 11th, 2022. So yeah, there's that. And then also, timesheets are due this week. Please, if you are a paid member, submit your timesheet on time before Friday at 10 a.m. and make sure they match your punch card because, yeah. And with that, I yield. Thank you.
Hey guys, happy Tiger Tuesday. Let's make sure to submit weekly reports and after request form 24 hours prior to submitting them. And let's keep in mind that sneakers aren't allowed in the GA. With that, I yield.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. So we do have a confirmed retreat date. It's going to be January 21st to the 22nd. If you're a part of the retreat planning committee, we meet every Friday, starting this Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. Yeah, 2 to 3 p.m. in the SJ office. And then just to let everyone know, we have no open committee meetings for the rest of the semester. So if you would like a committee meeting, you have to book one for next semester. This week is photos, just like President Colquitt said, just make sure you're dressed with your polo, with business professional pants and shoes. On next week, we'll be launching a public pre-meeting, so we'll open up our pre-meeting to the campus. And then on November 3rd, pre-meeting will be hosted by Director Johnson. With that, I go.
Hi, everyone. I've had a busy week. I was teaching all day, but I'm still here, so that's a victory. So I really just have one thing to talk about. Last Thursday, I met with the provost, which I mentioned at GA. We talked about a lot of stuff. We went like 15 minutes over our meeting time, our scheduled meeting time, because we were just gabbing about all the stuff I want to do this year. We are looking to make the concentration of criminal justice as a major. I didn't know this because I'm a teacher, so just education would be on my degree, but I didn't realize that criminal justice is a concentration under psychology or anthropology. I didn't know that. So we've gotten a lot of student concerns of criminal justice is big. You can do a lot of careers with that. So it should be its own degree completion plan. I totally agree. A lot of people agree. So we're looking to put that and propose that to the University Systems of Maryland. So that's something we're working on. We also talked about the strong encouragement for professors to include a section about reporting hate bias. That's like later on the floor tonight, so I can talk more about that. But we just talked about how important it might be for students to have that resource. We also talked about, she gave me a lot of ideas on the student academic experience survey that I'm finalizing. She is reaching out to the deans to make sure that they schedule a meeting with me because it's required for the semester. And I haven't gotten many responses. So I slightly snitched, I'll be honest, but it's important. I need to do it to accurately represent the student body. So I will update you on that. And then she also really validated some of the resolutions I want to work on. So I'm really looking forward to getting to that. And then I'll explain all of that as the process continues. Any questions? Yes.
So for the criminal justice that you were talking about, do you think that would be like soon or is that more far out thing?
So she explained it a lot with like a lot of academic language that I had to like research. But essentially, it would be about a year-long process, which is unfathomable in my mind, because there are a lot of hoops that we have to like officially go through. So it would probably be at least a year, unfortunately, and people who are currently in the program, even if they're a junior, even if they're a sophomore, they wouldn't graduate with that on their degree of like as a major, because it will just be for incoming students in a year's time. Thank you. And with that, I yield. There was one more question, Alan. Yes.
For the criminal justice major, is this still gonna be offered as a concentration, or is it just gonna be offered as a full degree plan?
That's a really good question. I'm assuming it might be able to be both. I can definitely ask the provost to finalize that. She's doing some more research for me, so hopefully by next week I can have an answer to that more specifically. Okay, thank you.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. So to start off, I just want to thank everyone who participated in the Eco Fair. It went off without a hitch. We had over 100 participants, and we definitely taught some students a lot about sustainability on and off campus, which is great to hear. We do have a few events coming up soon. So on the 27th of October from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., we have Party to Polls. That is the day that early voting starts in Maryland. So we're just going to be educating students on early voting, how they can do it, where they can do it, etc. We will be having a table in front of the SGA office. So I will be requesting some volunteers sometime soon. I'll let you guys know more about that. On the 11th of November, we have the Election Day Watch Party. That is going to be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And we're just going to be celebrating the civic engagement of the students by watching the results of the Maryland election come in. So that involves like the gubernatorial elections, attorney general, comptroller, those kind of races. So that will be from 7 to 11 on the 11th of November. I don't know if I'm going to need volunteers quite yet. We might need some people to help pass out food or make sure that things are properly sorted in, terms of waste. But I will let you guys know when the time comes for that. The last day to register to vote is actually today. So if you have not registered to vote, please reach out to me or just look up on your own time how you can register to vote. I would be happy to help you if you need help. Just let me know. And then last but not least, the Green Fund, which is a program that we got implemented last year, is getting implemented soon. So if you guys have any student groups or student orgs that might be interested in sustainable projects, please tell them that they have an avenue for that now. And with that, I yield if there are no questions. Oh, yes.
I just want to do a slight correction of something that you said about the voting. Today is the last day to register online for a mail-in ballot. Maryland has same-day voter registration, so if you go to the polling place on election day, you will still be able to vote. Communications.
Hi. How are y'all? Okay, hi y'all. Happy Third Tuesday. So first I want to say that I'm gonna create a suggestion box and I'm gonna leave it in where the desk is, like where the computer and the printer are. Yeah, right there. And it'll just be like anonymous, so you guys could just like submit anything, like if you have concerns, but you just kind of don't want to tell anybody, or you're unhappy with something, anything like that, or if you just have an idea but you don't want to do the idea, you can literally just put it in the suggestion box. If anyone has a box they want to donate to me, that'd be great also, like a shoe box or something. And I'm going to decorate it. If you want to help me decorate it, you guys can. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow, so if anyone can give me a box tomorrow, that'd be great. Okay, next, Treasurer Correa, she's going to take over Instagram very soon, and then next, yeah, it will be the next member of the week. So you can just let me know whenever you want to take over, but it has to be next week before Friday. Then, I met with Chair Albuquerque last Friday and Adrian Martin. That went really well. It's just about the idea of having a podcast with SGA. And he's gonna meet with us, this Friday, the PR team, just to talk about more how we're gonna implement it. And yeah, we just had a few ideas of just talking about, you know, a day of life of like the exec board, things like that. So it should be really fun. We're really excited. Are there any questions? Okay, was that it? Oh, never mind. Here.
No questions. I can bring you shoebox tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sister. Okay, with that I yield, and happy birthday, Cliff.
Okay, so good evening, SGA fam. New news, Senator Robinson has invited us to canvass for his church on Saturday, November 5th, in order to spread word about Thanksgiving turkey giveaway that they're having. More details coming soon about that, so you can see me or Senator Robinson about that. Also, SGA community outreach tabling is scheduled for November 16th. This will be in partnership with the International Students Association during International Education Week, November 14th to 18th. So we intend to have a table in there, you know, for individuals to draw their flag and, you know, give a little personal piece about what their country and heritage means to them. The location for that is hasn't been assigned yet, but working with Director Malik to remedy that. And old news, this month, October Community Outreach Opportunity is still at Knox Presbyterian Church, that's KNOX, downtown Baltimore on the 29th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And just a reminder, Beneficial Pains Fall Fest is on November 19th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And I'll be collecting winter wear to give out on this day. So if you have anything to donate, like hats, gloves, hand warmers, blankets, please see me and I'll collect that for you. And another reminder is that TU's Tiger-a-thon will be taking place on October 23rd in Westwood Ballroom A and B from 9 to 4. So if you guys ever want more community outreach hours or for your organization on campus, please let me know and I'll give you the information for that. Also, I will be putting all this in the group meeting so you guys can stay up to date on the things. Yes.
Will transportation be talked about for all these events?
It's a very good question. I try to get transportation for us all, but Chief of Staff Moody said she wasn't going for that. So, we can all carpool if need be. So definitely let me know and, we can coordinate that properly. I'm sure, all of us will be willing and able to, carpool because it's fun. So, yes, Chief of Staff Moody.
Yeah, like for us to all get a bus, like to go places all the time, it's really expensive. So unless like we have like a lot of participation, like at a certain event, then we can like think about getting like a bus or something. But for right now, we just doing carpooling. And if you need a ride somewhere you really would like to go, just let us know so we can like work something out. But like we could get buses if y'all participate, so.
Yeah, definitely shade. Senator Robinson.
Just wanted to say for the event on the 5th of November, a bus will be provided for anybody who's interested in coming out. So yeah.
Any more questions? I use my time.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. I don't have much to say, only like a couple announcements. So
Firstly, like I mentioned last week, I have a Google form about like anyone interested in being a panelist or submitting questions to that for Not at TU, which we found in the link tree on the Instagram, and that should be out soon about that. And then me and Senator Appleby are working on the bill to require diversity training for all professors. So we'll be meeting with OIE to talk about that bill and try to make that a possibility and everything. And then lastly, last I want to announce that tomorrow is International Pronouns Day, which is very fun. And I know CSD will be having tabling tomorrow, and then University Union on the second floor from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So definitely go out and support for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any questions for me at all? And with that, I yield.
Hey y'all, it's good to be back. No report for today.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. So this week, my department, I will be meeting with West Towson Elementary. There's another school, our elementary school aspect of the exit program. We'll be meeting with them. We are also meeting with our first generation rep to possibly plan some collabs with our FAFSA week. We are currently waiting approval of a tabling amendment for a loan forgiveness. We will be providing a QR code for people to scan, and they can just fill out the application, so they can never say we never gave them the opportunity and the information to do it. We are also starting our exit program with our sophomore students. We have a total of 60 sophomore students. So we need at least a good like 15 mentors. So we'll be having another meeting after this GA. So hopefully you can come over. You'll be available on Friday from 11 to 1. Are there any questions? With that idea. Wait, do you have it?
This is Director Sun.
Senator Yupen.
Yeah, my wish is a little worse, so just leave me right now. But, I guess it's a question for President Board, but we had rules committee that day or that same time. So I don't know if that will change or be adjusted, because I guess some of us will want to join that program. So
Yeah, so with most committee, it'll only be from 12 to 1. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the exact time of your, when you guys are doing.
11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh, 1 p.m. So you can still go for like a 1 hour interval, 12 to 1, whatever. So you can go for the 11 to 12 and come back. Okay, that's the question.
Any other questions? Director Corn.
Senator Ethan. And Dr. Harris, can you pass the microphone down? And if you can guys, we're using one microphone in a row, so you have to go back and forth. So just use that same microphone for your row.
So for the center time, I think it's a 40-minute ride to the school, right? It's about 25 minutes on my road. Okay, so 25 minutes. So that also, like, I don't know if that would be something you want to think about. So yeah, we can try and make an arrangement. This is also, this day is what the school gave us. It also might not be the set in stone date that will last us throughout the entire school year. So if that does change, of course, we will let all of you know. And much more. But yeah, we'll let you guys be aware of any changes, and we'll also try to make sure that it aligns with most of the schedules. Also, the email was sent out last week and only 5 people submitted it, so I would like you all to check your emails again, and it will be resent in case you didn't see it. And we do it our time.
Legislative affairs. Alrighty, happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So if you haven't heard, the application for the student debt cancellation is out now. Go claim up to your 20,000 if you're eligible. We are so excited about that because education and student debt cancellation is one of the top issues for the SGA. So getting into that, I will list off our top 5 things that you guys voted on as our top legislative priorities, and they were issues around education, so free public education and debt cancellation and all that good stuff of promoting education, criminal justice reform, women's health protection, so like protecting the right to abortion and like all that other stuff. Climate change pro, so we are for all things, climate change, environmental justice and stuff that protect the environment. And lastly, gender equality and equity. So yeah, so that's our top 5 things that you guys voted on. Thank you for all of you guys who participated. I appreciate it. And lastly, on this Friday at 8 a.m., I have my meeting with the Tiger Pride Day team. There, I will get to meet all 15 members of the committee, and we'll just crack out a plan on what to do for Tiger Pride Day. Lastly, if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see at Tiger Pride Day, whether it be like community service aspect or just other stuff that you want to see represented at Tiger Pride Day, please let me know. And with that, any questions? I see Chief Staff Meeting. Yeah, I can repeat. She asked me, can I explain Tiger Pride? So Tiger Pride Day is Towson University's day of lobbying. So we go down to the State House and we lobby on behalf of the university. We have like about 5 or 6 bills that we all pick out, and we meet with lawmakers and their staff. And just really advocate for the bills that we have picked out, and we get a free lunch. So if that's all you want to do, we eat good. Advisor Leno. It's March 1st, Wednesday, March 1st. Yeah, what the date is. The date will be Wednesday, March 1st, and we will be in person. It's been online for the past 2 years, so I'm really excited to plan the first in-person one in 3 years. It is mandatory. Yeah, it's mandatory. Any other questions? Senator Applewhite?
I have 2.
Okay.
One, so we'll be deciding on bills to like promote them to like move forward. So like, do we decide before the event or like during the event?
Yeah, so we will decide before the event. So what I'll do is I'll sit down with Katie Maloney, the university's government relations person, and we'll handpick, like cycle through and get about like 10 to 20-ish bills. And then we'll bring that to the SGA. And then the Senate will vote on what bills. So you guys will like cut down the list from like 10 to 20 to like 5 to 6. And then from there, that'll be like the agenda of what we're lobbying for. And we're hoping to vote, like pick the bills at winter retreat.
Another question is, when would you want help for the event?
Yeah, definitely. As I get closer, I will hope to make a student committee. Once I hire my AD, hopefully they can also help with that. So if you really want to be involved with the planning of Tiger Pride Day, I know some of you guys have reached out. Just keep on reaching out. Director Brown.
So you said Wednesday, March 1st. Do you know what time? Or is this like an all-day thing?
Yeah, it's an all-day thing. It'll be an all-day thing. So it'll be like early 8 a.m. to about 4-ish.
And it's mandatory for all SGA members?
Yes, it is mandatory.
Gotcha.
I will yield to Advisor Linda.
Just to speak on that really quick. So it is mandatory for all SGA members. And mandatory is I will provide an excuse for a leadership opportunity off campus to give to your professors for that day. However, you are responsible for all of your work. So even though you may have an exam that day, whatever it may be, if you have an exam, you need to go to your exam and not go to, if the professor's not releasing you for the day, like if you have an exam that day, you need to stay here and we'll figure that out. But most of the people it's mandatory for, and any work that is due that day, you need to make alternative arrangements to have it due either prior or after. But you're responsible for doing that with the professor. It just doesn't give you an absence, like you just can't not go to class.
Matt. Any other questions for you? Alrighty, I yield back. The special project.
Happy Taco Tuesday, everyone. So I have a couple of announcements. So the parade is this Thursday from 5:30 to 6:45 in Wisconsin Village, and it's one of the homecoming activities. Also, we actually had a table today, and it went great. Some students were actually very interested in joining SGA, and some will have concern, and it was written down. So senators, we can look at these. So at the top, last GA, I said that there is a fundraising. So the fundraiser is this, Thursday, the 27th, and it's gonna be in Freedom Square, and it's from 11 to 1:30. I will definitely need volunteers, and this is gonna count as office hours. HHRV, which is Helping Hand, they're having like a community service this Saturday and Sunday to help load trucks so that the clothing that they have can go to Pakistan. If anyone's interested, let me know. That might let me know. I'll have all of that in the group meet, but I'm not sure if that one is gonna count as community service hours, but I would ask and let you guys know about that. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, if anyone's interested to go this weekend, you have to find your own ride. So we can carpool. With that.
Maybe, start back after the list to public participation. I think I saw somebody back there like flashcards in their hands. I just want to make sure they get a chance to speak.
Department of Marketing.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just a quick little report. As Director Paxton said, please submit the debt forgiveness, but also please, make sure you're uploading all your stories just so the student body can also see, the post. I've been working on the website. The photos will be posted as soon as I get them. So photos are this Thursday. So they'll be up within the next 2 weeks. Also, I'm gonna send an email out about if you're hiring an AD, an assistant director, just so I can get some posts out and have some people potentially apply if you're looking for that. Also, please make sure that you're submitting marketing requests within 10 days. 10 days is a good amount, but please, if you have more time, if you know what you want, submit as soon as possible. And also, if you need to email me or anybody on the PRT, please make sure that you include all of us. Thank you. That I am for the question.
Where is it on band? 'Cause I was looking for it last week.
Okay, so if you go to important leaks, it is, all of it's together, so you would click programmer requests, and it says in parentheses, event, finances, and marketing. All of it's together, so you just click that link right there. Any other questions?
So those pictures we took like weeks ago, what were they for?
So those pictures, no, it's a serious question, and I appreciate you for asking. Those pictures, they didn't come out correctly, so we basically have to retake them, or else it would just not look good. So, yeah. Any other questions? Director Joseph.
With the marketing request, do we only need to fill out the form or the part of that form that is under marketing, or do you need like all the information?
Yeah, so if it's an event, the marketing request should be put in when you put in the event request. But if it's just like you need a flyer for something that's technically not an event, say like a survey or something like that, then yes, just do the marketing part.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Without you.
Department of Student Organizations.
Hello, happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So I had my meeting with Chris Rendosh today, and for town hall agenda, it's all good to go. So town hall is next week for student orgs, on, October 26th, Wednesday, from 3:30 to 5 p.m. in University Ballroom B. So, we will have an SGA section, for student orgs. So if anyone wants to participate in that, please let me know. And yeah, any questions for me? Yes.
I have two questions. The first question is, like, how soon or later do you want us to let you know?
Just let me know by Thursday, 5 p.m. so I can have it on the agenda and then talk to Chris with it. So by Thursday, 5 p.m. just because we'll go over it on Monday also. Yeah. No, sorry. No. Any more questions? All right, with that, you.
Good evening, everyone. I hope your midterm week is treating you well. So this week, the last week we spent, doing like our Halloween party preparation and some maintenance within our department. And then tomorrow, Dr. Malash, we will be meeting with ECS regarding our homecoming party on the 28th. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Hudson University, Northeast representative. Maryland Higher Education Council representative. Athletic Affairs representative.
That's not the mic, please.
Senator Dobbs.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Okay, so first and foremost, please fill out the sign up thing that Zakia sent in her weekly email for the homecoming tailgate, October 22nd. There's time slots from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. So just pick what works best for you. And if you can do more than one, that's great too. This week from today to Thursday, all athletic teams are participating in the 2022 NCAA Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion social media campaign. So be sure to check out SGA's Instagram stories so you can interact and support our athletes this week while they do that. And lastly, this week, Thursday, I have a meeting with the Assistant Athletic Director. So I'm excited to see how that goes and what she wants to discuss. Do you have any questions? Okay, and with that, I yield.
Disability representative.
Hey everyone, happy Tiger Tuesday. So just a few things. First, I am having a meeting on Thursday with technology about essentially the ADS department. And I have this fun little app and we go around and we take pictures of everything on campus to figure out its accessibility. It's a lot of work and I'm going to be trained on that this week. So very exciting. Secondly, I have been emailing and doing more research about the Autism Speaks walk in Baltimore that Houston will be hosting. For those who might have missed it, very controversial event. It's a very controversial group. So I've just been doing research on that. And then thirdly, please, everyone, please fill out my survey. It has been posted on the Instagram. There's a QR code. It has been in the group chat. It is sent out in an email. It's in the link tree in the Instagram. I know y'all have office hours. Y'all can all do it. It takes 10 minutes. I'm so serious right now. Not enough of y'all done it. Do it and send it to your friends, please. I really need it. And if there are no questions, yes.
Would you be able to give a summary of like what you have found from your research about the event?
Sure, yeah, so essentially, Autism Speaks, for those who don't know, is something called, a parent activist group, which is about autism, and one of the reasons why these types of groups are really controversial is and specifically Autism Speaks, is on the Autism Speaks board, there's like 40 people on the board, and only one person is neurotypical, and I believe they're autistic as well. And this group has also very famously funded eugenics movements such as Curing Autism and spoke over the like hashtag actually autistic people. So they are a very controversial group. They use a puzzle piece as their symbol. Many autistic people consider them themselves, and that symbol, the puzzle piece, has a hate group and a hate symbol. They are a source of a lot of trauma for many autistic people. And I do know many people who, when they were here last year, had panic attacks and broke down that they were going to be here. So by Towson sponsoring this group and having this event, many autistic people consider Towson supporting a eugenics movement and the erasure and killing of disabled people. So it's very controversial that Towson's having it, because it means whether or not Towson actually will exist, that they don't think disabled people should exist. So I'm doing research on this event, which Towson is sponsoring and donating money to, and have been emailing, haven't got a response yet, about setting up meetings to talk about why Towson is sponsoring this group. Are they aware of the history and how to go on from there? So does that answer your question?
I also am aware that DSU, Disabled Students Union, is having an event in response about like an educational event of having autistic speakers from like students and potentially professors speaking on like why autism speaks is bad. So it might be a good idea to potentially reach out to DSU to potentially because I'm the chair for YDSA. We were planning on shilling their event, and I'm planning on speaking there. But it might not be a bad idea to reach out to them as well and see if there's any possible collaboration.
Yes, I am in contact with them. I meet frequently with their president, so I am been reaching out when I work on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And if there are no other questions, I yield. Thank you.
All right, so I just have three quick announcements. This Thursday, October 20th, is Dance the Madness from 7 to 9 at CQ. Doors open at 6, free entry. And then this Saturday, 10/22, is the MPHC quadrangle dedication. And then October 24th at 7 p.m. in Burdick 109, the IGC is having a capathon. Any questions? All right, with that, boom.
Does Dance the Madness count for cap?
No. But the IGC is having a capathon on 10/24 at 7 p.m. at Burdick 109. So can you cap? Any more questions? All right, I'll tell you.
University government,
No report.
first generation local.
Hello, everybody. I hope you have a good start to your week. I just have a few initiatives I'm gonna talk about. So I will be meeting FAFSA week that I initially proposed a while back. We're pushing that back to the financial aid bursar's office. So we'll be having a meeting about that on Wednesday. Also, like stated before, we'll be collaborating with higher education to work on our FAFSA week as well as their FAFSA week for the exit program. And also Gen 1 is pushing one of their big events called Gen 1 Day, November 8th. So I'll have more information on that when I meet with them on Wednesday. Any questions? With that, you're welcome.
Sports club, house representative.
No report.
Transfer student representative. Transfer council representative.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brianna Hines, from the I'm from the freshman council. We submitted a budget and are awaiting approval from the, Director Ramdiel. We are still planning our Halloween party. And, are there any questions? Okay, with that, I yield.
This is your So, hey guys, hope you're having a great start to your week. Like I said, homecoming week, so looking forward to having some fun. Most of the senators, the majority of you have received registration, so please be checking your Google Forms. Like I said, 7 to 10 days, is the timeline for registration. Sometime this week, I'll be sending out a checklist, asking if you need any additional help as the 10th day is arriving, soon. So just let me know if you need any additional help, myself or Lieutenant Washington Mayor can help you so we can get those bills to the board. Also, President Colquitt mentioned that we were able to get the 9 hours extended. So I was looking for another round of applause for that because that was a big. So we got to see like the power of legislation. That was something that we had passed last year and helped the campaign on this year. So you see the power of the bills, the legislation. So hopefully that provides you all with some motivation to see that your work won't go unnoticed for me. I know it was already mentioned, but happy birthday again to Clifton. They are none. Are there any motions on the floor? Government operations track organ.
I'm moving to go over finance bill two.
Okay, the name second. Appropriations chair. Hello, Harris.
I think this is a point of order. If this is first reading, there's no conversation.
Correct, but I believe that the association regarding this legislation is actually taking place. So and the people understand sitting in back, are you guys a part of the association? People? No? Okay, let's make it sure. So yes, technically, yes, it would be a part of first reading and then it'll be reviewed for second reading next week.
Is that what's happening?
Yes, part of the readings, yes.
Okay.
So with that being said, is there 1 second? Okay, so government operations track work, this is being reviewed.
I would jump on the chair.
Thank you. One moment. Okay. So the legislation for under first reading will be reviewed in totality during the general assembly, where we will open discussion and vote in entirety. So with that being said, there are no rules that we're going to move to announcements and then we'll discuss it next week. Senator McGuire. No McGuire. Okay.
It seems like this bill, the finance bill, October 24th is passed, our next GA. So does that mean we have to break Senate rules and review it?
Technically, yes, we could assign it as emergency legislation. So, okay, go quick.
Thank you for that point. Senator McGuire. With that, I recommend that you all bring Senate rules to review finance bill number 2.
Senator White.
Point of order, is there a way possibly that we actually can amend our agenda and actually just move both bills up to old business, considering since both of them have gone to the committee? That is the question for. That, I make a motion on the time to suspend Senate rules and review finance bill number 2. And eventually regular 14.
Okay, so regarding your first question, I'll like to defer that to Advisor Harris.
You are correct. The answer to the first question is no, do not defer both bills. You'll have a process for a reason. We won't get into that reason in this meeting, but maybe a pre-meeting. But for the timeline of the finance pay stuff, that is fine to suspend rules so that the group can get the funding that they need before the deadline.
Thank you, Advisor Harris. So would any senator like to make a motion to bring Senate rules to review the resolution? Senator White?
Make a motion to suspend Senate rules and review finance bill number 2.
Thank you. Does anyone second? Senator Sedgwick? Okay, we're now moving to a vote on reviewing finance bill number 2. All in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? With that, we will now review finance bill number 2. So, appropriations chair, Adesanya, if you could speak on the committee recommendation, please, I appreciate it.
We passed a bill favorable.
Okay, thank you. House University Keep Up Dance Club, if anybody is here to represent the bill accordingly, this is the time to speak on the bill. Okay. So, okay, no one here. Okay, good. So, is there any discussion regarding the legislation? Senator White? My apologies, 1 second. I'll direct it back to you.
This will be, for the chair of the appropriations committee, but I was wondering, did they submit documentation, for the costs, like explaining each cost?
Appropriations chair is on it. Senator White, could you pass it on mic? You did not, okay. Senator, excuse me, Governor Richard. Senator Gray.
So yes, they did submit, like an invoice from parking and transportation. They will be using Academy as their transportation. So it's an Academy bus. I forwarded it to you. Appropriation chair, I can forward it to you. So yeah, they have been in contact with, Taylor Launcher. So yeah.
Thank you, Senator Gray. You still want to speak? Okay. Senator White?
So I don't know if I'm the only one that may or may not be confused on this, but we are approving $1,000 or are we approving $2,000 or what?
Senator Gray.
You're approving $1,000 for one bus. There's supposed to be grid lines on this chart. I'm not too sure what happened. That's why it's just confusing, but it's just one bus, and then the cost for the bus is $1,000. And then if you flip the page, there's already
Senator White, is that clear? Any confusion? Okay, good. Governor Richard Jaffery.
Just in case if people look at like the cost, like the grid box supposed to be cost 1,000, quantity 1, and being purchased like total it's 1,000. So the box. If people are confused.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on this legislation? Okay, with that, we're now moving to a vote on Finance Bill number 2. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? With that, Finance Bill number 2 has passed. Senator White. Senator White, Senator White.
This is a point of information, but if we can possibly, before announcements, go back to public participation, student concerns. I think there are some people that still would like to speak on and didn't get a chance to or didn't hear it when it was called.
Okay, so Senator White, I would like them to speak after we finish reviewing everything. And we can speak during announcements, just to reserve time and in order. So due to the fact that resolution number 14 will be reviewed during our business, it's included legislation will be reviewed today. So we're now moving to announcements. Public participation.
Go ahead instead of. Hello, my name is Richard Susi. I'm the chair for the Tuskegee Democratic Socialists of America. I wanted to talk about some events concerning the leaked turning point messages. Towson YDSA, we're stating that SGA should be putting pressure on the university to recognize, condemn, and properly address these acts of hate speech. Individuals should be held accountable and the campus should be made inhospitable to bigotry. It's for those unaware, the Turning Point group meet chat had leaked messages, and inside it was several instances of bigotry, hate speech towards people of color, towards people with disabilities, towards gay people, towards trans people. Absolutely disgusting and vile. And there, so far, there hasn't been a statement from the university administration about it because they deem that it's not too many people impacted by it. When last semester, when there was the religious fundamentalists that came on campus, there was a response from the university administration within one day. And I know that SGA has said things regarding the incident, but it is a continued effort to put pressure on them. Not at TU, it needs some teeth. We need mandatory diversity training for all student leaders, which addresses the tactics that the alt-right uses to spread its dogma, like dog whistles and a warped view of free speech. Education on, there also needs to be education on Towson's racist history and how the disgusting views were combated in the past. You can look at the responses for like the White Student Union with Matthew Heimbach as an example of a response on getting that hate off of campus. And so we need increased visibility for hate and bias reporting. Like most data isn't really available online, and like for example, we also see a jump in reports during Black History Month. So I think that we need to strive for more transparency from the university on that front, as well as encouraging more reports and discouraging the attitude that the university has of just ignoring the reports. Furthermore, the argument that there was a recent Towerlight article that said that Towson can't do anything because of the First Amendment, when that is factually incorrect. So there are the obscenity and inciting violence are not protected by the First Amendment, and those could both be argued to be covered in the Turning Point messages. It's important that we don't let Towson University hide behind flimsy First Amendment protections because they're afraid of bad optics and dropping the university on national rankings. So it's important that we all need to fight for the change that we want to see in the world. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Does anyone have any questions or want to put that over?
Thank you for your comments, Richard. I actually met with Chester from your organization on Friday, who's actually here. We met Friday and discussed many of the things that we shared. Like we shared Friday, we shared many of your concerns. We're happy to work with Diversity and Inclusion Director, Ramos, to provide some of what you're looking for and discuss alternatives to fixing some of the things on the administrative side.
Also, we've already started to do some of the work that you mentioned within your speech about AI supporting. NEC Resolution 14, which will be reviewed next week, recommends that we add AI supporting within all civil lives, so that will allow students to get the information they need to understand where and when they can file for AI. So we are doing what we can to our contribution, so we appreciate you coming.
Are there any more announcements? Director Brown? It's my bad, Director Sutton.
Like I said earlier, please come over here if you're interested in being a mentor for our exit program.
Thank you. Senator McGuire?
Yeah, if you guys are looking for something to do at 7 on Thursday, Dance of Madness, like I'm gonna be on stage and I'm gonna get some moves. So like, if you guys wanna come out, I'll be really motivated. Also Max will be there, so I'll be kind of excited to see him there. So yeah, it's gotta be a lot of fun. Also vote for me. That's that.
Director Brown?
Hi, I'm Tahara. I'm pretty going clean. So if anyone would like to vote for me, I would appreciate it. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, happy homecoming again. Today is actually tacos and talent night from 6 to 9:15 in Union Ballroom. So I encourage you all to stop by there. Also, again, 2 free slots tomorrow for time with the vice president. So just like after the GA, so we can get you on the exam.
Operation Track Working. So that's all right. She asked what time was the event that the was mentioning, it was 5 to 7. Are there any more announcements? Director, excuse me, Senator Brown.
Motion to adjourn.
Give me 1 second. Senator Damon. Now we're moving to adjourn. Excuse me, now we're moving to a vote on adjourning. All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Thank you.